Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I'm your host, Sandi Ballard, the Badass Business Coach. Thanks for being here, for listening, for sharing the podcast with others and videocast. Oh, I'm even on camera and I forgot to say it. Thanks for just investing in you, and especially for this last push of the year. We are in week three of 4 for December. Some of you, as I've mentioned, may be checking out because of the holidays, and others are still here. And hopefully, if you're maybe off the holidays, you're still doing stuff. Hopefully, you'll pop in and listen because you'll need to download the worksheet that we're going to talk about today. And so why don't I go ahead and share my screen? There's the button. Share my screen and get to it. And I always like to make sure everything is set up. There we go. So as a little recap, if for some reason you're popping into this one and you've missed the last two, we're on, what week is this? 350, podcast 350. So 348 and 349 is where I started, just 4-week help to get you to finish the year strong, 4 weeks of worksheets. And next week will be about starting strong. So making sure you're set up for success with your plan. So the first week was about doing a review. Last week was setting up your weekly, like what you're going to be intentional about, what you're going to focus on to really get things going and finish the year strong, and doing weekly reviews. So speaking of that, last Friday, you should have reviewed your second week. Okay. And today you'll be really focusing on not just this worksheet we're going to do, because this is going to be next year's goals. This you should be focusing on what you're wanting to really help you with for week 3 of December. Okay. And again, any of these worksheets you can use throughout the year at any time. Obviously, today's worksheets for the goals, we want you to use them for the year, but you can, if say you achieve your goals right away. Sometimes there's people who are just so badass, they do them right away. Feel free to rewrite them. I've had clients in the past that have rewritten them multiple times through the year because they just knocked them out of the park. What does that usually mean? Their goals weren't maybe big enough. That's okay. Let's get you going. So what we're going to do today is, so you'll see this says personal goal worksheet. And for those of you who are just listening, remember, go and download the worksheets on my website, badassbusiness.coach. Go to the worksheets page. Yes, you'll have to enter your email, and then you can download the worksheets. You'll get the link or an automatic email. I honestly forgot how I set it up. It's been so long. And you'll get the worksheets. And if for some reason you have any trouble getting them, or something wonky happens, email me, Sandi@sandiballard.com. Remember, Sandi is with an I, because yes. So this is personal goal worksheet. I'm going to scroll down real quickly, and it says professional goal worksheet. And as I've talked about for years, yes, life gets in the way of business, and your business can also affect your life. If shit's going sideways in one area or the other, it's going to affect the other. We've all had that moment where we've stopped work, come home from work, maybe the significant other has come home from work, and they're not in a really delightful mood, right? I know it doesn't matter if it was traffic or a staff person or a boss or a project. It affects the home life, and vice versa. If you are having a bad day, you just wake up on the wrong side of the bed, I don't know, have a bad run, bad workout, twist your ankle, stub your toe, you're going to, I don't know, get cut off on the way to work or a meeting. You're going to walk into work and start bitching and moaning there too. So this is what we want to help you do, is make sure you're focusing on everything. And my goal worksheets are a little different. You'll see this. So thing is looking at what do you want to do? What's your big overall, I've heard them called BHAGs, big hairy ass goals, whatever you want to call it, your big ass goal that you want to see. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? So if you're driving and listening to me, or running or walking or sitting on a bike or sitting on your ass in front in a chair, whatever, think about this. Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? Yeah. And this is personally, okay? Retired, on a beach, still working, married, grandkids, no kids, kids, lots of them. I don't know. Where do you see yourself personally in 3 to 5 years? And that's what you got to that's where you start. Envision that, picture that. And yes, you guys too. Guys aren't, separated from this. This is for everyone. This is like your vision board, which I'm looking up because my vision board is above my computer screen. So yeah, I look at it every day. And ironically, a lot of things over the years have come true. So that's what's kind of cool about it, is to update it and redo it and things like that. So where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? And then once you sort of picture that, and I've had a couple people say, that's too far out, I can't think that far out. Okay, but I really want you to do that. And then I want you to look at and think about, where do you see yourself at the end of the year? 10 pounds lighter, again, married, divorced, kids, no kids, grandkids, moved, retired, new job, start a business. And this is, again, personally, where do you see yourself at the end of the year? And then what we do is, as I've talked about in the past, 3 things. I like to stick to 3 things. So 3 personal goals, and then the A, B, and C on here. So 1, 2, and 3 are the goals. A, B, and C under each number are the action steps you're going to take to achieve that goal. I used to have the action steps on the right side next to it, where you'll see the results column, but I created the results column because I want you to start thinking about what's the result of achieving that goal, because that's that vision. Like I said, the vision board, that's going to help you when shit goes sideways, when things get tough, when you take 1 step forward and 5 back, remembering why you're doing this, remembering why you're getting up every day and working out, remember why you're getting up every day and, I don't know, fixing your hair, why you're getting up every day, reading, meditating, I don't know, whatever it is, to achieve your goal. What does that look like for you? So I sort of jumped ahead, but to say, okay, the easy one, I've talked about this forever. Easy one is your personal goal is to lose 10 pounds. And then A, B, and C would be what? Track your calories, work out 3 times a week. I don't know, drink less, eat less. That would be tracking your calories. Whatever it is you need to do. And then what's the result? Looking healthier, feeling healthier. By achieving this goal, I will, and that's what's on the worksheet, by achieving this goal of losing 10 pounds, I will feel healthier, feel stronger, feel better, more confident, right? So write out the vision, the result, what you're going to do by achieving that goal. All right. And then you're going to get down here and you're going to see your short-term tangible goals. Those, see, you got to look at what you're going to start with. So I know it says 90, 60, and 30 days. And I'm an engineer's daughter. I like to look at the end result and then work backwards. So bear with me here. So what are you going to do in the next 90 days? So right now we're talking about January, February, March. So by March, you're going to do what to help you achieve the goal? And then by February, you're going to do what? And then obviously 30 days would be January, but then again, use this whenever you want. However, yeah, and I actually use this for quarterly goals as well. But anyway, so what are you going to do by March, by February, and by January? And then next to that is your recurring actions. These are your habits. These will help you create your habits, healthier habits that I talked about in the first week worksheet. That would be podcast 348, where we did a review. what are the distractions and bad habits that you've gotten into, picked up over the year? So your healthier habits. And again, not always talking about eating an apple instead of a piece of apple pie, right? Just healthier, stronger habits, and it's mind habits, physical, all that good stuff. So what are your daily or weekly actions are you going to do? So if we are talking about, say, losing weight, I'm going to work out. So by January, it might be 5 pounds, then, 7 pounds and 10 pounds, whatever it is, like that. What are you going to do? Are you going to work out 3 days a week? Are you going to meditate 3 days a week or 10 minutes a day, whatever it is? And it could be something about writing a book, because I've written books, but they were for my business, but they also sort of satisfied me personally as well. So if you're reading a book, you're going to, maybe one of your personal goals is to, because I have a lot of people that, interestingly enough, are in book clubs, or they just want to read more. They want to learn more. So they read, they have a goal of reading, a book a week or a book a month. So that can be one, that can be an action, is reading a book three times a week, or 10 minutes a day, or an hour a day, right? That could be your me time, your self time, because a lot of this personal stuff can really be towards your self-care, which is huge. Okay. I have clients that get out of that working out thing mode, and guess what happens? Their mindset is different. They're just lethargic and all that. And it's not everyone's a worker outer. So don't get caught up on that. And then I also mentioned, if you're going to write, when I was finishing my 4th book, I had to put in there, that I was going to write. Sometimes it doesn't always come as naturally as you want, but I had to focus on that. So I was blocking out time and my schedule 2 to 3 days a week to at least focus on the book and start making notes. If I wasn't literally just typing or writing, I was thinking about it and what I needed to do. So there you go. So personal goals. And I know I went through that very quickly, but these podcasts aren't a full worksheet or workshop. It's just going over the worksheet. So again, and then what you do. So why it says 90, 60, 30 days. Then once you start, you look at, okay, you read up the sheet. So by achieving your 30-day goal, those recurring actions. So looking at, you've done X, Y, and Z for 30 days. By the end of January, you achieved this. By the end of February, you achieved this. And by the end of March, you achieved this. And then guess what? That should go up the sheet and see where you are. So you'll check your progress. So those 30, 60, 90-day goals are going to help you go up the sheet and achieve your personal goals, help you see those results, help you finish at the end of the year by achieving that goal, and will help you make progress on where you see yourself in 3 to 5 years. Got it? Okay. If I've confused you, sign up for a session with me. All right. And then we're going to go down and do the same thing for your professional goals. Where do you see yourself? If you own your own business, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? Multiple locations, still one location, but like growth, so much in revenue, staff people, business partners, retired, all that. So then looking at, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years, your business? If you are, if you work for another company, do you see yourself at a certain level, maybe a partner, maybe a different income level, but also a promotion of sorts? Create a different department, a new department. Maybe it's something that you're working on where you see yourself. Hell, maybe you're vying for ownership of the business, to buy it out, whatever you want. Maybe you're working and your goal in 3 to 5 years is to have your own business. And that could be, whatever, franchise, solo business, whatever. So professionally, whether you own your own business or not, where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years? And then the same thing, as personal goals. Where do you see yourself at the end of this year professionally? And so, yeah, I don't want you to get caught up on whether I don't own the business. That's okay. All right. I have friends that work for Raymond James. They're in charge of their own book of business. I have friends that work at a bank. They get a paycheck, but they have goals they have to meet, and they have things that they want to do, right? And then I have friends that work for companies in general, manufacturing companies, construction companies, whatever. You can still see yourself in a different place, or just really solid in that company. And yeah, go from there. And then just like with your personal goals, what are the professional goals? The 3 top ones you want to achieve. And if you have more, cool, print out more pages, but really just dig in and make these bigger, because these 30, 60, 90-day goals can be the smaller ones. So make 1, 2, and 3 strong, because this is going to be those are going to be the ones that you're working towards throughout the year. And then I know even though this is a yearly worksheet and this only says 30, 60, 90 days, that's what's really, really going to keep you going. And then, maybe number 3 is by the end of June, and then by the end of August, and then by the end of the year, think bigger. But 1, 2, and 3 should be bigger, harder, stronger goals that are going to stretch you, stress you out, piss you off, all that stuff, right? And then what's the result? Where do you see yourself? How do you see yourself, or your business? How do you see yourself in that business? How do you see your business by achieving that goal? And then the A, B, and C are the action items you are going to take. And some of those action items could be delegating, right? Think about that. And then again, what are you going to do? What goal do you want to achieve by the end of March, by the end of February, by the end of January? And then get those action items going, whether it's social media posts, starting a newsletter, doing a better job of a newsletter. Consistency is key, people, right? Consistency. So looking at how you can do that. So really that's the magic worksheet that I use with all my clients, with myself. And yeah, and I'd love to hear from you. Sandi at sandiballard.com. Email me these and tell me, I'd love to see them. So, even if you don't hire me, feel free to email me your worksheets. I'd love to see them. And if you have any trouble, like I said, any trouble, please email me, comment, direct message me, find me, get a hold of me, and let me help you get these set up so you can start the week or start the year strong, right? This is why it's so important to have this ready. And then next week, we're going to do a worksheet about starting the year strong. We're really going to do just a quick review, because it'll be the last week of December. Woo, I'm misspeaking all the time, right? The last week of December, the last part of the year, we're going to do a quick review, set up some action items, talk about some lessons learned and all that. So again, go to the website, www.badassbusiness.coach, enter your email, and you'll get the worksheets. And if for some reason you can't get them, or you can't find them, or something weird happens, email me, Sandi at sandiballard.com. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing your worksheets and helping you finish the year strong and start the year next year even stronger.